So what happens when we have variables on both sides of the equation? In other words, on either side of the equal sign. You can see here we have 6x on this side and 4x on that side. Our way of solving equations is by isolating the variable on one side. So what do we do now? Well, that's what this clip's about. The first thing we're going to do is write it out as it stands, giving ourselves space to put in the working. So let's do that. Now what we have to do, you know from your previous rules, we have to remove this one and go put it on that side. And how do we do that? We do that by the reciprocal or the inverse, which means we're going to minus 4x on both sides of the equal sign. So let's do that. There we go. Now let's simplify on the next line. So we've got 6x minus 4x on this side, and these two are going to cancel out. So let's look at what the next line looks like once we've simplified. 6x minus 4x is 2x, and because those two have cancelled out, we're left with just minus 10. Okay, it's looking simpler as we go along. Now remember, 4 times 2 and x standing next to each other is a times. So we're going to do the opposite. We are going to divide by 2 to get x isolated on its own. Let's do that on the next line. So there's the original, and then we divide by 2. Now you can see these two are going to cancel out, and 2 is going to go into 10 minus 5 times. Don't forget your sign here. Okay, always pay attention to your signs. So let us simplify that on the next line. X is equal to minus 5. Now remember, I like you to do your checks to make sure you got the correct answer for x. You're going to plug this back into the x's over there and then solve that. And you should have the same number on each side of the equal sign when you're finished. So let me show you how it's done on the next line. We're going to take that and we're going to put the value of x that we solved for here into it and see if they equal. So we're going to put minus 5 in there. So it's going to be 6 times minus 5. And then on the other side, we're going to put minus 5 into that x over there. So we've written it down here. 4 times minus 5. And then you just bring the minus 10 to come and stand there again because it's part of the original equation. Now we're going to solve it. Let's simplify the left side first. 6 times minus 5 is minus 30. Now, the ideal is you've got to get the other side to be equal to minus 30 to know that our x value is correct, because an equal sign means things are equal on both sides. So this will be minus 20 minus 10. Yep. Let's simplify it further. Minus 30 equals minus 30. We got the correct answer for x. Okay, that's how you check your equations. You substitute your x value back into the original equation. Let's look at this one. First step, let's just write it out, giving ourselves space to do our reciprocal function. Now let's put in the reciprocal. We basically want to isolate. We want to take this 4x and put it onto that side, so all our x's are on that side. Doesn't matter which way you do it around, just work what works best. It'll always work out to the right answer if you stick to your rules. So 5x could have come to join 4x on this side, but let's rather just do it the simple way because we can see 5 can minus 4. So let us do our minus 4x on both sides. And then we simplify it down. We get 5 minus 4 is 1x equals, these two are going to cancel out. So we're just left with 5. X is equal to 5. Now we're going to substitute x equals 5 back into this original equation over here. And we'll do it on the next line. 5 times the value of x, which is 5, is equal to 4 times the value of x, which is 5 plus 5. Now we know this side is going to come to 25 because we know 5 times 5 is 25. Hopefully that side will come to 25. And if they do, we have the right answer for our x in the previous few lines where we worked it out. Yes, 25 is equal to 25 because that is 20 plus 5. Right, last one. We're going to place 2x on that side by using our reciprocal functions, inverse functions. So let's rewrite it as it stands first, giving ourselves space to put that working in so our brains can see what we're doing. It's always good to write things down. Your brain takes one step at a time, you come to the proper answer. We're going to minus 2x on both sides. Now let's simplify it. So that is 3x minus 2x comes to x, and then our plus 5 stands there again. And on the other side we have just a 7 because these two are cancelled out. Right? Now we need to make sure x is isolated on this side. So we have to get rid of that whole number by doing the opposite. We're going to minus 5. Let's first just write it all out. There we go. Minus 5, both sides. Let's simplify it. So those two cancelled out. We are now left with x on that side. And 7 minus 5 is 2. Let's do our check. 3 times 2 plus 5 equals 2 times 2 plus 7. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 5. That will come to 11. So let's hope the other side comes to that. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 7. Let's hope that comes to 11. Yes. Okay, so you see how easy it is. I would encourage you to do your checks to make sure that you got the right answer when you solved for your variable. Please press subscribe. The button should be down here. And become one of those students who follow me on a regular basis so that they can do well in class and improve daily with maths. Maths is like a board game. If you know the rules, you will always succeed. And if you do them one step at a time like I'm teaching you to do, things will always work out. See you soon.